Okay. Hi, Camille and Tommy. Thank you very much for joining me here on this call. I want to ask you a couple of questions after you've joined Founders Fusion last January, because both of you met during Founders Fusion to become co-founders for Custo. We have another Founders Fusion coming up this month, and basically all the other entrepreneurs like to know why you joined, how Founders Fusion helped you, and what made you work together. So I want to dive right in. Tommy, if I can start with you first. Before we go into how you started co-founding and stuff, can you first explain a little bit what Custo is and what the company does?
Sure, absolutely. So Custo fundamentally brings customized furniture to the masses, something that hasn't been done before, but something that's really started in the industry, not just on just like a consumer level, but really a business level. Like everything that you're starting to see architecturally starts having a more beautiful, custom and elaborate design. And as people used to draw those themselves and like work and dedicate themselves to making something gorgeous, now it can simply be printed or made through machines. And the last people that have access to that are individuals. Mm-hmm. So that's what Custo brings. It's created that bridge between what can be machined, what can be fabricated, yeah. And designed and made for yourselves.
And I was quickly looking on the website. I think everything can be ordered online, right? So regardless of COVID, you guys just continue normally.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
Cool. So Camille, I know that you've been looking for a while for a co-founder before you met Tommy. How long were you searching for already? And do you have an idea why Founders Fusion was successful in basically meeting each other?
I think Founders Fusion is a really good environment to meet a wide variety of people. Mm-hmm. I've been actually looking for a couple of years already. First, because I know as a startup, it's not ideal to do it alone.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning it was more technical, so we could focus more on that. And as we progressed, we needed more and more people and build a team. And of course, you want to have a co-founder where you can have discussions with, and you can exchange ideas and maybe accelerate or put the brake on each other, and definitely create a very nice balance. And I think that's really important. So talking to quite a lot of people at the startup party event, it was, I think, very helpful for me to meet Tommy, of course, and I think we connected really well. Tommy believes really in the business. I think that's a vital part of going forward.
Yeah. And Tommy, we met about a year ago. I know that you have been founding companies before yourself. Before you joined Founders Fusion, what was your idea of a company that you wanted to join and a founder, an entrepreneur that you wanted to join? Did you have like a specific picture of that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. So my key criteria in finding somebody was, of course, that matched my skill sets and the things that I have to offer. That's fundamental, and that's different for everyone. But for me particularly, I was looking for something that had scale and was in need of assistance of growing, and was catching on to a trend.
Maybe if I can follow up with Camille, because if I understand Tommy correctly, basically he was looking for somebody that would complement him and that he was interested in the business. How is that for you? Like where does Tommy fill gaps that you maybe as an entrepreneur can do yourself?
Yeah, so I'm much more of a designer and can come up with great ideas, but implementation, I think, is key, and have somebody that can help you push the team forward is really important in that sense. Maybe a different sense of structure, pushing things forward in that sense, I think is really important to have a partner and be able to split the work like that. Because one founder to do everything, I think, is possible, but maybe not ideal. And being able to split the work like that, I think both can work on each other's strengths and push the team forward. And perhaps be also more inspirational towards the team, which I think is very important part of
So Founders Fusion in January was our first edition of this event. We're actually working on an online version of making networking amongst entrepreneurs easier as well. Do you have an idea for the next version that will help the startup buddy and other entrepreneurs to make more of these matches? Was there something specific that we can improve on that?
I think maybe if I can just jump in, some pre-selection criteria, because you don't have time to talk to 25, and maybe there's no point talking to 25 co-founders, right, or potential future founders. And therefore maybe some sort of pre-selection, but that always comes with risks of eliminating people that you do want to see. So.
That is actually exactly what we're working on for the in-platform version of networking. So. Camiel, compared to what you were expecting basically before you met Tommy, and now that you're working together, what do you think that Custo can do in about a year from now that you wouldn't have been able to do just by yourself?
I think there are about 1 million things that we would not be able to do in the next 2 months without Tommy.
Yeah.
So we're exceptionally happy that Tommy has joined us and that we can now focus on the future, and actually being able to accelerate tremendously in the last few weeks, which I think is also really exciting, and having that momentum build up and build up and build up is what you want as a startup, of course.
Yeah.
And, yeah, actually in the last weeks we've already started expanding our business into different markets, and we have set quite a steep goal for the end of the year. Which I think is very achievable with the strategy that we've laid out now and how we can devise the work and conquer.
Okay. Final question. I'd like you to answer both. Is there anything else that you think that all entrepreneurs, all co-founders should know based on your experience in the past few months, primarily on finding co-founders? Because we know this is something that a lot of people are struggling with. Do both of you have like a tip, like make sure that you pay attention to this or be open about this, or one very practical tip that all co-founders can use?
I think, if I can speak so quickly, being super transparent or just completely open is very important to be able to get somebody to trust and step into the organization and to understand what is going on. And I think laying everything on the table is a very important step to trust. And I think without foundation like trust, you can't go forward.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I hear a lot of times that co-founding is kind of like getting married. So if you don't trust each other at the start, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, like any relationship, without trust, there's no foundation, right?
Yeah. How about you, Tommy, from an outside co-founder perspective? Do you have a tip, like if anybody wants to join somebody who's building on a company, what will help them?
Yeah, absolutely. So particularly in co-foundership, in meeting somebody, build steps, build a bridge between what you don't know about each other and present what you know about yourself.
Yeah.
If you know what you need and you know what you demand of the other person, say it out loud. Don't let them discover it by themselves.
Yeah. Okay, that asks for a follow-up question. Is there like a very specific thing that you've been totally surprised about that you learned from Camiel in the past few weeks or months?
No big surprises. But again, how we started was we got together, had a couple of sessions about each other, where the company could go. We mapped it all out on the whiteboard, showed each other our expertise. Then we met up, had drinks, had dinner. Afterwards, met the team, began to build, have ideas, and of course, though nobody knows each other at that point, nobody has a depth of knowledge, and I didn't have a depth of knowledge on the industry, just in my capabilities. So I was just bringing pieces of that into parts of the equation that he was giving me at a time until I started getting a whole picture of what could be done.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for letting me ask a couple of these questions. I'm 100% sure that Custo is on for a bright future with the two of you working on it.
Thank you.
Like I said before we started, I will be back in about 2 or 3 weeks in Singapore, and then I definitely like to see the two of you in the really cool office that I know you guys have. So thank you very much for now. For everybody watching this, if you're looking for business partners, for co-founders, for potential mentors, we do Founders Fusion every other month. We're gonna work on more input that we have received from other people, also how we can make more of these perfect matches. So please join those, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Camiel and Tommy.
Thanks, Robin.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tom.
Bye, Robin.
Bye.
Bye, guys.